The pregnant woman, about to give birth, accidentally stepped on a nail. Quickly, she covered her mouth, not daring to make a sound, despite the excruciating pain radiating from her foot. Any noise might attract the monsters that hunted her. Time was running out for Annie. The commotion she had made earlier had already drawn the creatures closer. Gritting her teeth against the pain, she slowly pulled her foot off the nail and scrambled to flip the switch to turn on all the warning lights, hoping her family would see them and come back to save her. Just as Annie was about to head upstairs, she realized a monster had already broken into the house. Panic surged through her, and she quickly ducked to the side. But hiding wasn't a long-term solution. Her baby was about to be born. Frantically, Annie rushed to the cupboard and grabbed an alarm clock, intending to use it to distract the monster. She hid in a corner, waiting for the right moment. Suddenly, the clock went off, and the monster, hearing the sound, rushed toward it. Taking advantage of the distraction, Annie sprinted toward the door. However, as she reached the entrance, she froze in terror. Another monster was waiting outside. With no other choice, Annie fled to the bathroom. At this point, she felt completely weak. She eased herself into the bathtub as blood started to pour out. Her baby was coming. The pain surged throughout her body, but she dared not make a sound, knowing the monster was creeping closer, silently approaching from behind. Then, out of nowhere, the sound of fireworks exploded outside. The monster immediately turned toward the noise. Unable to hold back any longer, Annie screamed. It was her husband, Jack, who had seen the warning lights and sent their son to light the fireworks. Their daughter, hearing the commotion, rushed home, while Jack grabbed his shotgun and headed back to rescue his wife. When he arrived, all he found was a pool of blood, and he fell apart in despair. But then, a hand suddenly slapped against the glass. His wife was alive. She had safely delivered their son. Jack quickly took his wife and child to the underground bunker he had prepared. He fitted the baby with an oxygen mask and placed him in a soundproof box. The monster was still outside, and Jack knew he had to go back to save his family. But he hadn't noticed that a water pipe had burst, and water was slowly flowing toward the other side of the basement. After lighting the fireworks, their son ran toward the barn. Meanwhile, their daughter, on her way to the barn, discovered her brother's trail, unaware that a monster was stealthily closing in on her.